Is J. Cole finished? The Real Skyline says. The thing is, J. Cole has such credibility because he's been in the game so long. That's why he's in the big three. He has a lot of great music. It's very lyrical. The lyrical fan base is very tight knit because they're very, what's the word, like strongly opinionated about what real rap is. And J. Cole, you do have to give it to him. He is a great storyteller throughout all of his albums, and that's why he is where he is today. He just dropped an EP. It was outselling everybody just off of a surprise EP with 10 songs or however many it was. However, if you ask me, coming from a dude who I was a J. Cole fan, he low-key is kind of a bitch for what he just did. Not even low-key, high-key. Now, I understand that you want to be mature as a grown man, and it shows strength to not care what the world thinks because everybody wanted you to diss Kendrick Lamar. So now that he's pulling it back and he's okay with everybody hating on him and Kendrick Lamar dissing him, like just to show that he doesn't care what the world thinks about him. Hey, that low-key is that's something to show about his character. However, personally, if it were me, I'd let my nuts hang because he needs to stand on business that he just dissed Kendrick Lamar. He called his albums a snooze fest. Just let your nuts hang, bro. That's all you got to do. Let Drake respond. I'm ready for Drake's response at this point. J. Cole, he's out of the running. I'm sorry. If you're not able to act like you're in the big three or like you're the top rapper, because to be in the big three, you got to be claiming that you're the king. But if you're saying like, oh yeah, I'm in the top five, I'm like maybe 4 or 5, like you're a bitch. Okay, you're supposed to be sitting there like, nah, this is my throne, like Kendrick Lamar. And Drake's gonna come out of here pulling out, I don't know, he's got to find some dirt on Kendrick Lamar about like a kid that he's got from long lost Antarctica child where he banged out a tribal woman, an Eskimo, let's say, or like a polar bear. Kendrick Lamar's into bestiality, something like that. Because right now you got no dirt on Kendrick Lamar whatsoever, whereas Drake, like, since he's the top artist, at least when it comes to streaming, there's so much dirt on him. Like, he's got the whole kid situation that Pusha T already pushed the button on. What else? Like all the light skin memes, him being soft about like the women, all the relationships he's had, etc., etc. Kendrick Lamar could literally say anything to Drake, and I think Aiden Ross said that Kendrick already has a track ready to go, whereas Drake, I think, is he posted a picture on his Instagram saying that, or it was like a trophy with a notepad, so it kind of shows that like he's getting ready to, or he's writing whatever diss track towards Kendrick Lamar as a response. I'll show y'all right now. Or was it just on his story? It looks like it was just on his story. It was there. That's all I know. People were posting it on Twitter. Oh my God, bro. What is this TOS? Okay, we're getting out of here. Go back. Let's just go back to the J. Cole situation of him apologizing to Kendrick Lamar, essentially. Being like, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to diss you. Like, I respect you. Bruh. That's some fuck shit.
Correctly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my 10 out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the 10, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I want to now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I'm back for y'all right now.
Man, he is so soft. He has no right to be in the big three situation anymore. But again, I do respect it because I mean, not that I've been in the same level of beefs, but when you are in beefs online, there is some level of anxiety or stress that you have. I'm not like, it's not keeping me up at night really, but you know, you're thinking about like, oh, what am I gonna do in this certain situation? It's like those shower thoughts that you got, like, man, when somebody said this to me earlier today, I should have said this, and then the whole conversation would have steered left, or like I should have punched him in the face. All of those hypothetical scenarios before you go to bed, basically. But so J. Cole, he's saying he dropped that song, and for the last few years, since he's a pretty unproblematic dude, so now he's getting a lot of people hating on him, talking about like, oh, Kendrick over J. Cole, blah, blah, blah. It brought him a lot of stress where now he's a grown man, he's got kids, got a wife. He just doesn't like all that stress. He's been sleeping well, and then now he put this upon himself, so he's apologizing and letting go. But at the same time, I feel like he already dropped the song, so there's no going back. Yeah, he's taking the song off potentially the streaming platforms, and he's apologizing to Kendrick, and now Kendrick might not drop another track in response to continue creating the stress between the two, but apparently they're friends. But maybe he just was trying to rekindle the relationship, because maybe Kendrick Lamar, or maybe he thought that Kendrick wouldn't like how he dissed his albums and thought that it wasn't good or whatever. It was a snooze fest, like J. Cole said. So maybe he's making sure that Kendrick knows, like, yo, it was just for the love of the game. That's not actually how I feel. But again, in my opinion, if I was a rapper, you just gotta, like, you don't always have to be serious. Everybody cap raps a little bit, right? So you just gotta, like, you gotta tell everybody they're trash and you're the best, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing serious completely. Like, they're all 40 years old or something. Drake might be the youngest. No one's popping shit. So it's J. Cole's taking it a little bit too serious. Academics talked with Drake on stream last night. Drake also called J. Cole a bitch and said that's something he wouldn't do. Oh my God, is that true? Academics, Drake. I heard that he talked to Drake, Academics that is, but I wasn't sure if Drake was just saying that I wouldn't personally do that. But J. Cole and Drake are completely different individuals. J. Cole's a little bit more spiritually mature than Drake, where Drake's a little bit more petty. Now again, I'm a little bit more petty too, so I'm gonna side with Drake here and say low-key J. Cole being a hoe. He should just honestly, he should redo a diss track and make it even more disrespectful, in my opinion.
Please, and I said the video of what this fuck nigga did. I said, well, please don't do no shit like this. Please don't apologize or do no weird shit. I've defended you. I've argued because I've liked your music for over a decade. Please don't do no shit like this. And it's the only thing I'll say. Drake blasted me. He said, I can't fucking believe you would pull up and say some shit like that to me. You must not know me, nigga.
So basically Drake is saying he's getting ready. He wants all the smoke. He's getting ready to drop something. How long is it gonna take? I feel like he should have already dropped it. That shows the penman skills. Like, if you had something ready in literally 48 hours, maybe even 72 hours, that was and you kind of get a leeway, like, oh, he only had 3 days to prepare, but getting super disrespectful with it, I think that would bring a lot of respect to Drake, especially when Kendrick did the first shot. And so he could have had this verse ready for 3 years, and Drake did it in 3 days. I'm just saying, I would like to see that. Should have just released What a Time to Be Alive too. Honestly, if you're talking about that instead of the 21 Savage collab tape, I agree. But that's where this whole thing is starting. Future and Drake aren't that cool, and him and 21 are, but 21's cool with Metro. So it's all like a weird, this music game seems to be, or at least the celebrity thing network seems to be like high school, where like certain people fuck with each other, but then they got ops that they're also, or their friends are friends with, so it's all interconnected. Why can't everyone just be friends, you know?